Hello guys. Today, a few minutes ago, I nearly hit my mother. I was so close to it. I mean, I could feel the heat going from my feet to my head in a nanosecond. I swear to God, we were talking normally, and she said one thing, and it just went, whop. They know how to get you. And I will prove it by analyzing what happened and what happened after. So it's a beautiful day, and had her door open, gave her breakfast, and decided that I'm gonna do all the work I had to do, some painting, some beading, some things like that, on the table outside next to her room, so that we can talk, chat. Everything was going fine. She was very funny also, and she was very nice, I would say, talking nicely. And 10 o'clock she asked for a glass of wine, and I thought, okay, yesterday she didn't have more than 2 glasses, and it was a bit late, so that's not so good, because I can't give her sleeping pill. Well, that's what my rules are. No sleeping pill with alcohol, so you can drink in the day your 2 glasses, and then you're ready for your sleeping pill. And today she convinced me to give her, well, I didn't need much convincing. I thought, okay, I'll give her a glass of wine. Then at half, it was not a big glass of wine, okay? It's 2 fingers of wine that I put in her little mug. And then she, at 11:30, she said to me, what was in here? And I said, moving her mug, and I said, there was wine. Oh, there was wine? Oh, I didn't really feel it. You probably didn't put a lot, did you, huh? Can I have another one? Yeah, it was really cute. She was cute. I said, okay, I'll give you another, put another, a little more. My mistake. So we were continuing our conversation and all that, and then suddenly she starts about my son again. How sweet my son is, her favorite grandchild out of 8, which is my middle son. So she goes, he's so cute, we're gonna phone him tonight, and you'll see how he answers the phone. He's always, yeah, which is hi, grandma. And I tell her, you do remember that you talked with him yesterday, don't you? She was like, yesterday, the day before yesterday, I can't remember exactly. And I said, yes, it was yesterday. So it's your daughter. I haven't heard much from. Well, my daughter, you spoke 2 days ago, the day before yesterday. Oh, I can't remember that. But that, okay, but you know one thing I said, very often you tell me that my son always answers the phone and he's so nice, and you're always going on and on about him, and at the same time you tell me that my daughter never answers the phone to you, and that you complain, a few times that you've complained and said that you haven't heard from her in a long time. I called her up straight away to tell her, call your grandmother please and say hello every now and then, she wants to hear your voice. And then my daughter every time was like, what? We spoke yesterday or 2 days ago, or, whatever, but it was closed there, But my mother always made it sound like she never answers the phone. And I said, that's not right. I know, my son is your favorite grandchild, you keep on reminding us, but you cannot remember only the people you want to remember, and then the people you like and the people that you like less, forget what they do for you. So she changed the conversation and tried to, uh, you made really good kids, you have 3 really good kids, but the one I cannot stand, you know who it is. She tells me like this. I'm like, who is it gonna be now? There's always somebody she can't stand, really hates. I don't let her finish. Your mother-in-law. And I'm like, Mom, look, we've talked about this. The day you fell down the stairs, you came here and you said all these mean things about my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. I explained to you your problem was with why she gave a house to her daughter and not to her son. This is not your business. It doesn't bother my husband. It shouldn't bother you. And she was going on and on and on. And then again I told her, look, stop criticizing and having an opinion about other people's business. Take care of yours. Look at what you do first. I remind you, you gave some money to one of your daughters and you've asked it back. To the daughter that complained that you always did more for the other one, I said, okay, so you're not very right too. So you see what you're doing first and then criticize the others. And she continued being that ugly, mean, ugly, very ugly, saying horrible things about my sister-in-law. It's not criticizing, it's like calling her names. And then I said, God, you become so mean, and I see that happening every time you are on your second glass of wine. It has nothing to do with my wine and all this. And I'm like, yeah, I take notes, and it has a lot to do. And she didn't like that, so she took the mug up and she said, go and get me some wine. Get me some wine. I want another glass. I said, no, I just told you, Dad. You're not getting any more wine today, and tomorrow we're going to start later. And that's when I went berserk. She tried to lift herself off the bed. She was sitting, because she started sitting the last 3 days. And she was sitting on the bed, but she's not allowed to walk yet. Right? And she kind of was going to stand up. And she said to me, I'm going to get it myself. And if I fall and hurt myself, it's gonna be your fault. I became red. I became the Taurus in the arena, The funny thing is that she always says things like that when I'm in a strange position. She's being mean when I'm feeding her, when I'm taking care of her. I stood up and I grabbed her by the shoulders and told her, and then I said, no, you're gonna go to sleep. I said, you're gonna sleep off that wine, because I'm not putting up with you in this state. But I was shouting. I was really shouting. I was really telling her off, how dare you. She was quiet, and it was like she was afraid, okay, that I would have hit her the way I stood up. She was afraid that I would have hit her, because she knew how much she pushed when I told her, how dare you blame me for what's going to happen to you because of you. And I said, now get ready, you're going to go to sleep, because I have to help her to lay down. And suddenly she was like, I don't know if I can move. She was ready to go to the fridge and get the wine, but I don't know if I can move. I said, yes, you can. And I was like walking around, and cut her half a sleeping pill and said, "You're gonna eat that pill and you're gonna go to sleep now. Sleep it off, and you're not getting any more wine, because I'm not taking care of the evil woman that comes out of you." Uh, and the funny thing is that she turned around. She said, "I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. But I know my mother, you know, it's like this and that." She says this and then but or whatever. I'm like, I don't give a shit. You never should have said any of whatever of all the things that you say, you know. Um, and she tried again. She said she tried again, you know, to get me on her side, pitying about somebody else or getting angry with somebody else. You know that game they play. And she said, "You know, at home, if you go at home, you will find a letter that your sister wrote to me where she says that if you sell your house, I'm not getting my money back." I, you are not gonna get your money back. Anyways, I said, and I hadn't decided to sell my house by then, you know. Uh, she could tell that I was, because I was putting her to bed and putting her covers on her and all that, putting her water like I do every night when I'm leaving, you know, to go to sleep. Get her painkiller, her sleeping pill, and getting her ready like this. And I walked up to the door and she said to me, "Only one person that I regret being mean to, and that is your husband." Again, erasing me, you know, the same way that she was erasing me when my father was around, and she was uh, telling my father, you know, come and help me, and I was the one running to help her. It's, it's like, I'm still not gonna say sorry to you, you know. The only person I regret being mean to is your husband. So what I just said, that mean thing I said that I shouldn't have said, well, you know, I don't regret it. You know, it's that kind of thing. They always have the last word. And I really believe that on their deathbed, you know, the last thing they're gonna say is something to let you continue your life, you know, like "Mummy dearest," wondering what the fuck, you know, how evil are you? Why do you hate me so much? Oh God, that was, I nearly hit her. You know when they say that murder in a fit of rage, or what they say, it's it's so understandable. I mean, if you take the level of abuse that I've been through, psychological abuse, it's like very low, okay, on the scale from 1 to 10. So imagine the people that get number 8, number 9, number 10, you know how they can be pushed to murder at that point, you know. It's a good thing that they made a difference between a normal murder or a premeditated murder and a murder of, what is it called? Rage of anger, or whatever they call it, you know. It's, I mean, you do need to excuse these people a little bit because you don't know what they've been through. You don't know at that moment, you know, you don't know what was said to just. I mean, imagine if I had a knife at that moment. God knows, you know. God knows that nanosecond, you know, is just a nanosecond to lift the knife and. I don't know how my hand went from that to holding her shoulders and telling her, "Now you're gonna go to sleep." You know, how dare you? So easy to, because it's not. I the other day when she said to me, "You're a loser" and all that, I didn't get mad. You know, it's just that phrase, you know, and it's gonna be your fault, because we know that it's never their fault, and you can remember memories from when you were a child, you know, when you come home from school and you show your mommy what you draw, you know, your new drawing or whatever, and at that moment she's putting the table in a mad mood, you know, and then her glass falls because, of course, the child who comes and shows the drawing is pulling her attention away, you know, and then she goes on like, you see what you made me do? You know, all these kind of situations. Those of you with alcoholic or narcissistic parents, you know, we've all been through that. And it's always your fault, you know. I mean, they burn the food, it's your fault, you know. Yeah, their husband leaves them because they're pain in the butt, it's your fault. Your father left because of you. I got married because of you. I mean, I've heard this all my life from my mother. It's like, she got married because of me. My father left because of me. All little things at home were because of me. Everything that went wrong, it was always because of me, because of my decisions, because of what I did, because of what I said, because of what, it was always because of me, you know. And then also at the end, she said the best. I mean, the best. She said, it's time. When it was not at the end, it's when I told her that she was getting no wine the first time, that I said, you know, tomorrow we're gonna go cool on the wine, and we're gonna start a little later. It's time I went home. It's time your father came to take care of me and take me home. And I'm like, what? What? Dad was here 5 days. Did he help you in any other way than put a blanket on you and bring you your coffee on your table without even, you know, bringing the straw close to your mouth to drink it? No, it was me doing all that, you know. He put the coffee on the table and he said, no, your daughter is going to come any minute now for me to continue the job. Anything you asked him, and you always called him, I said, and you always said, come and help me and come and do that and do that. Who was doing it? Was he doing it? I was doing it. But no, she doesn't want to remember that, you know. And where does she get the idea that my father, who's been divorced from her 25 years and who's now seeing really the worst side of her, okay, is going to take care of her? Who do you think you fucking are? Who do you think you fucking are that he's gonna take care of you? It's like they have an idea of themselves. Earlier when we were chatting in the conversation, I had to explain to her, because again she asked me the question about my brother, my father's son from the other woman, the second wife. You know, your father's son, it's never my brother for my mother, it's your father's son is coming, and your father told me that he's going to come with a girlfriend. And you know what, I told him I don't really want his girlfriend because I don't know her. Like, I don't want her in my house because I don't really know her. And I said, Mom, what makes you think that my brother is going to come to your house? For him, you're a stranger. He doesn't know you. He's seen you for one lunch that you went together, all together. He doesn't even speak the same language. And what makes you think that he's gonna come to this island to stay in your house? I don't know. Where is he's gonna stay then? He's gonna stay here in the bungalows, I said. But he's not gonna come and stay with you in your house. She just fantasizes about relationships with people that are strangers, you know, and she can't concentrate on her real relationships. She cannot. That's because she fucks them up. The real relationships, okay? She fucks them up. So she has to fantasize on inaccessible and relationships that are never going to happen. So I told her, you know, it's like when I said, yeah, you think you're going to call my father to come and help you? My father's going to come and help you. My father just left because he could not deal with this. You know, it's like the Bulgarian gardener that she had. Those of you who's been following me, you remember. uh, the videos I made about that gardener she had, and she was telling me that she was having sex with him and she had a relationship with him, and the guy is my age. And one day he told me, your mother thinks we have a thing, you know, but we don't. And she just insisted that they had a thing, and they had sex at least 20 times, if not more. So when the guy left the country, she was just constantly saying, he's going to come next year and help me. I'm going to bring him over. I said, he left because he had no work. What makes you think that he's going to come and pick your olives because you want him to pick your olives? They're delusional, you know, and they have big idea of themselves. You know, I'm like 70 kilos. I'm not thin, but I'm not fat. Okay? And she's huge. And she tells me the other day, pulling up to look thinner, and she tells me the other day, you know, why do you have such a big belly? And yeah, I have a big stomach. I've had 3 cesareans, and I have problem with my liver. I have cysts on my liver, and I must have some kind of other problems inside. I don't know, but my belly is always bloated. But my mother's is too, you know. Plus, she's bigger than me, so she's like 3 times my waist size. And I'm like, yeah, it's when we have problems, digestive problems and liver problems. I said, this is you have a bloated stomach, like you. I said, like her, like that. And she's, I don't have a bloated stomach. She's huge, I tell you. I don't have a bloated stomach. I said, no, you don't. And he was like, well, not like yours. You're much bigger than me. You're 3 times bigger than I. What are you talking about, woman? Or the other day, she said, she said to me, I have to find myself a boyfriend. I said, you what? You what? She said, I have to find myself a lover. Oh, I said, you're gonna find many, many. And she didn't like that. I think she understood I was, being sarcastic. And she said, you're gonna find many, many. You can walk down the road and you're gonna find many. And she goes, I'm only joking. It's not like I need a boyfriend, a lover in my life. She said, I hate sex. I always hated sex. I was like, okay. I mean, hate, the most beautiful thing in the world, you know. It's like, what can I say? It's sad, Mom. I said, it's sad that you say things like that. And she understood what she meant. She understood that it was sad, what she was saying, because she didn't speak for another 10 minutes that day. I made her think, but not, then of course when I make her think like this and realize these things, it's like putting a mirror in her face, you know, and telling her how miserable she is, and then she becomes worse, she becomes bad, mean. She didn't like that either, yeah. But yeah, oh, I'm not like you. I'm not like you. Okay, I'm not thin, but please, you know, don't compare yourself to me, I want to say. Anyway, yeah, crazy stuff. So yeah, I nearly hit my mother today. I nearly hit my mother. Not far from that. Update. That's it for today. Tomorrow more in La La Land.